All right, 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 all right. All right. What's going on here? What's going on here? Come on, come on. What's going on here? Let me get this straight, okay? Star Wars: The Last Jedi, right? I don't even know where to begin. Okay. Now I'm going to defend this movie because it's an amazing fucking movie. It's a great movie. It's probably the best movie I've seen in years. It's not only the best Star Wars movie that I've seen in years, it's the best movie I've seen in years. But let's just talk about how everyone hates it. This I don't understand. And I'm just going to put it frankly. The prequels, you have the Star Wars original trilogy, right? You have A New Hope, Empire, Return of the Jedi, and everyone loves it. Oh, it's so good, right? It is. It's amazing. It's the greatest thing ever. It's the Bible. We look at, as film geeks, we look at the Star Wars original trilogy as the Bible. You know, that's where, you know, the fundamentals of all screenwriting go, and storytelling. They're all there. The arcs are all in place. It's perfection. It's perfect. And then people build Star Wars to be this huge thing, and it's like, whoa, it's awesome. And then they announce the Phantom Menace, and everyone goes crazy. Oh my God, Star Wars is back! It has to be amazing. It's gonna be amazing. And then we get this movie, The Phantom Menace, and everyone hates it, right? And it creates this illusion that the prequels are bad, and that's believable. That's okay. That's okay, because maybe the prequels went a little too far. Maybe they didn't really feel like the originals, and that's why people were, you know, disappointed. They were expecting that, right? They were expecting to go back to what they felt, recapture their childhood, and I guess it was a little different. They didn't like that. That's okay, okay? Because the prequels aren't great. They're good. I like them. I'm a fan. I grew up with them, so I'm biased. But they have problems. They're clearly flawed films with bad writing, bad acting, bad visual effects. They're a step below the originals, and they're good in my biased love for the world and lore, and I have fun watching them, but they're not, you know, they're not the best. So then there's that, and that's okay. That's okay. People, I don't hate you if you hate the prequels. I just like them, but, you know. Then came The Force Awakens, right? And everyone was excited. Yeah, Star Wars is back. J.J. Abrams, he's gonna fix what George Lucas ruined. He's gonna, you know, he's gonna you know, redeem the prequels. It comes out, and we had a pretty good movie. It's okay, whatever. But it has some problems. You know, it's clearly a ripoff of A New Hope, but done in good taste. And everyone complains. Now, they like it when it first comes out, but then they start to slowly complain that this movie is too much like A New Hope. Oh, it sucks. It's A New Hope again. I don't like it. Ugh. I want something different. Make it different. You're copying. It's a copy. Make it different. All right. We're going to do that. We're going to do what you guys want. So then they make The Last Jedi, which is the complete opposite of The Force Awakens. A whole new direction for the saga. An amazing, brilliant twist. And everyone hates it. Again, everyone hates it because it's too different. Oh, the other one was too much like this one's too different. I don't. Star Wars fans are idiots, dude. That's the truth. Okay, the very, very, very truth is that what's happening right now is beautiful. It's poetry, right? It's Disney experiencing what George Lucas experienced, right? They're now getting all the backlash of what it's like to be the creator of Star Wars. It sucks to be the creator of Star Wars. George Lucas sold Star Wars because I'm pretty sure he was tired of all the hate and he didn't want to own it anymore. Everyone was talking shit to George Lucas, saying he sucked. The guy probably wanted to fucking kill himself. And he sells it to someone else so he doesn't have to deal with it anymore. And guess what? They're still doing it. They're bullshitting. They're saying Disney's ruining my childhood. Disney sucked. Star Wars fans are assholes. We get a very good movie. The Last Jedi is a very good movie. It's a well-made piece of film. great writing, great cinematography, great acting, super well made, and you don't like it. They will always find a reason to not like it, no matter what. It could be up for Oscar nominations, critically acclaimed. They will not like it. They'll be like, "Oh, it's BB-8 is not orange enough in this one." They'll say some bullshit, dude, because they have to hate it, man. It's a disease. The truth is, The Last Jedi is probably one of the best movies that has come out in the past five years. I saw it, and I haven't been captivated like that since maybe I saw Interstellar or one of, Christopher Nolan movies. It was probably one of the most heavy. It was probably the most profound Star Wars experience, because it was different in the sense that it was existential toward the whole franchise. It undid the entire six saga. Like it put into question everything we've ever believed, and it made us think differently about the Force and the Jedi and how they operate, in the same way that the Clone Wars did. The Clone Wars had a whole conversation about how the Jedi were wrong. This movie is all about that conversation. This movie explores that, and it takes it to a whole other level of destruction, self-destruction, destroying the Jedi archive. Although, Rey took it, but, the idea of letting it all die, let the Sith, the Jedi, all that, let it all die. All that, it's brilliant. It's brand new. And then the whole hyperspace going through the ship and slicing through the ship, and the whole Luke projecting himself. People are complaining. They're saying, "Oh, we never knew that the Jedi could project before. Why?" Isn't it cool that we're getting new Force powers? You wanted something new. We gave you something new. So now that there's new Force powers, you're saying, "Oh, well, I mean." In the original trilogy, there were new Force powers being shown all the time. The communicating with each other wasn't introduced till Empire. In the first, we only saw the Jedi mind trick and the moving things around. We didn't know. Actually, we didn't even see that until Empire, I don't think. Where he grabs, where he pulls, we didn't see that until Empire. So it's always about introducing new things, and the Force is an ever-evolving thing. Why are you complaining about that? What's another thing people are saying? Oh, the Snoke thing. Okay, here's the deal with the Snoke thing. Snoke is killed, whatever. Who cares? In the original trilogy, we never found out who the Emperor was. We just assumed he's bad. We didn't freak out, "Oh, we don't know who he is." No one cares. He's not important. Snoke they built him up. In the first one, they made him be this mysterious thing. But go back and watch The Force Awakens and watch the scenes with Snoke. Nowhere in the movie does it insinuate the fact that this character is going to be important later. He has 3 scenes of dialogue where he's communicating with Kylo Ren, okay, in the same way that the Emperor was talking to Darth Vader. It was the same thing. There was nothing different here. And Snoke was killed for a really good reason. He was killed to show that Kylo Ren means business. He wants to move his way up. He doesn't want to be toyed with anymore, or he doesn't want to be seen as inferior. And Snoke dying, Snoke dying shows you that it plays into the theme of the existentialism of the movie, of nothing really mattered ever. It's beautiful. It's poetic. We don't need to know who Snoke was. In fact, if they answered who Snoke was, the fans would have been like, "Oh, that's stupid. I wanted Plagueis." It was never going to be Darth Plagueis, because at the end of the day, Star Wars is a commercial saga that is made to please everyone, and not everyone knows who Darth Plagueis is. Sorry, fans. These are commercial movies that are made to please everyone. These are movies that are made so that everybody can go in and understand what happened, even if you've never seen the other movies. So they're not going to go into those specifics. Nobody knows who Darth Plagueis is. Larry Kazan and J.J. Abrams did not know who they were. He made a Star Wars movie. Star Wars is a commercial, blockbuster, successful franchise. They're not going to go into that. It's not important. If they do, they'll make a spin-off or a video game or something, but not in the main saga. The main saga focuses on the story of these characters. It's very intimate. It's not about this crazy shit. It would be cool And if it was Darth Plagueis, it would have been a cool risk. It would have been like, hey, that's cool. They're catering to the fans. Not everyone's gonna understand it, but whoever doesn't can just go and find out about it later. Whatever. It doesn't matter. At the end of the day, they killed Snoke because Snoke was never important, and it never in the movies said he was important. The fans built it up. Rey's parents. That was brilliant. The fact that they weren't anybody shows you that these movies aren't centered around the holiness of the Skywalkers, okay? It shows you that anyone, it plays into the theme of Empire at the beginning, where anyone can be a Jedi, anyone can be a hero. It's not just the Skywalkers. Oh, they're the only ones that are going to fix. No, Rey is a nobody, and she is going to be the next hero. Anyone can do it. That little kid on that planet is, again, at the end of this movie, it's just showing you the theme. Anyone can rise up. It was a great movie with great themes, incredible action. It was much better than the Force Awakens. I like it better than the original trilogy, but that's just because I'm a weird fan. I crave certain things. I crave, as also a film geek, I crave, philosophy, and this movie had a lot of that, and then I also crave really emotional, dramatic sequences with powerful music and drama and emotion. This movie had a lot of that. A lot of the originals never really had a lot of that. It was very simple. And the prequels, why I love the prequels, why I love Revenge of the Sith, because it was full of that. Those glorious moments of epic choirs when Vader rises, for the first time, and the awesome lightsaber fights. If there's one thing I'll say about this movie that I didn't like, it's that there wasn't a lightsaber fight. And that's stupid, but I mean, whatever, what we got was great. There was no clash lightsabers. There was lightsaber battles with other characters, but they weren't fighting each other. The end with Luke and Kylo was not really a fight because there was no, right, it was just kind of like a Mexican standoff. I would have liked to have seen a three-way lightsaber battle with Luke, Kylo Ren, and Rey. And it would have been interesting if Rey did turn in the scene where he was like this, and she did briefly decide to turn to the dark side. Luke is alarmed by this, and he lifts the X-Wing out of the water and goes, and we see that, and we see him get to the planet, and he brings his green lightsaber, and then there's a three-way battle where he converts Rey back, and then they fight off Kylo Ren, and they run off. That would have been cool. But, I mean, what we got was awesome, and fuck all of you for not liking it. Because you're gonna not like the rest of it. That's how it works. You're gonna be like, oh, that's the Star Wars mentality.